everyone, welcome to day 3 of the Sunflower Seams Goldenrod Sew Along. Today we will be completing steps 19 through 25. In these steps, we will be doing the optional back tie as well as sewing the side seams of all of our bodices. To begin with, if you are creating the optional back ties, take one of your back tie strips and fold it in half, aligning the long raw edge with the right sides of the fabric touching, and pin. Once you have pinned the entire back tie, you will sew across one of your short edges, starting at the fold, going towards the long raw edge. Once you reach the end of the short edge, you will then continue sewing down the long raw edge. Once you have sewn your back tie, you will then turn your back tie right side out using a chopstick or a turnaround tool. Once your back tie is sewn, you will want to give it a decent press. Obviously, knit doesn't like to hold its shape too much, and that's totally fine. But the press just kind of gives your ends a clean place to start with. Next, you will want to lay your bodice in such a way that the lining is touching the table and your main is facing up. Working with the front bodice, lift your main up and flip your lining away. Working from one side of the bodice, take your ruler and measure 1/2 inch from the bottom raw edge along one of the side raw edges. You will want to align the short raw edge of your back tie at that 1/2 inch mark, aligning the raw edge with the raw edge of the side of the bodice. Pin in place. Just as a side note, I always like to have the seam of my back ties or bows facing down. That way I know that both sides will be consistent. Once you have that back tie pinned in place, you will want to baste. Repeat those steps for the opposite back tie. Once both of your back ties are attached, you will want to bring both of them towards the center, like so, and then fold them down and pin right here in the center. This is making sure that your back ties are getting out of the way when it comes time to sew the side seams. The following steps are for all versions. With the lining facing the table, flip the front lining away from the front main. Next, grab the back main and fold it over until the side seams of your front main and your back main meet and are aligned. Pin both of the side seams. Now you will want to zigzag stitch or serge both side seams. Once those seams are sewn, you will want to repeat those steps with the front lining and the back lining. So flipping the main away, laying the linings on top of each other with the right sides of the fabric touching, align the side seams, pin and sew. And you have now just completed day 3 of the Sunflower Seams Goldenrod Sew Along. Join us tomorrow for day 4 as we create and attach our sleeve.